Hello, my dear friend. Welcome to VUS, Learning English Podcast. My name is Anna. I am so happy you are here with me today. Thank you for choosing to spend your time with me. It means so much. If you are new here, welcome. We are a warm and friendly place to learn English. We talk about interesting topics in a simple and calm way. If you are a returning listener, welcome back, my friend. I am always so happy to have you here. Today we have a very special topic. It is a topic that is close to my heart. We are going to talk about our time. We will talk about our 24 hours in a day. We will learn how to use our time in a beautiful way. We will learn how to build a life we love. This is a very positive topic. It is full of hope and good energy. My wish is for you to feel inspired. I want you to feel strong. I want you to know that you can create a happy life. Thank you again for joining me. Your time and attention are a wonderful gift. If you enjoy our time together, you can press the like button. You can also follow or subscribe to our channel. This helps our little community grow. It helps other English learners find us. I am always curious about you. Where are you listening from today? Are you in Vietnam? Are you in Japan? Are you in Brazil? Or somewhere else in our beautiful world? You can write it in the comments. I love to read where all my friends are from. It makes me feel connected to you. Okay, are you ready? Find a comfortable place. Maybe take a deep breath. Let's begin our journey together. Section 1. The story. My lowest point. I want to tell you a story. This story is about a time in my life, a time when I felt very, very lost. To understand the power of our topic today, you need to hear this story. You need to see the life that this idea saved me from. My story is not special. Maybe that is why you will understand it. A long time ago, I felt like I was wasting my potential. Potential is the good things you can do in the future. I knew I could do good things, but I was not doing them. I felt like a plant that was not growing. When I was a child in school, I was very average. Average means not special, just in the middle. I was not the best student. I was not the worst student. I was just okay. My school papers had many C grades. A C is an average grade. My teachers would write notes to my parents. They would write, "Anna has potential. She needs to try harder." That sentence made me feel sad. It felt like they were saying I was lazy. And if I am honest, they were right. I was a little lazy. I always believed there was a shortcut. A shortcut is a fast, easy way to do something. I thought hard work was for people who were not smart. I thought smart people found easy ways. So I was always looking for the easy way. I did not want to do the hard work. My friends were studying for school. I was playing video games. My friends were joining clubs and learning new things. I was watching television. I told myself I was just relaxing. But really, I was building a bad habit. I was teaching my brain to want easy, happy feelings. The happy feelings you get from games and TV are very fast. They come and they go very quickly. This is called instant gratification. Instant means right now. Gratification means a happy feeling. My brain wanted instant gratification all the time, and my brain learned to run away from real effort. Real effort is hard. The good feelings from real effort come later. They are slow, but they stay for a long time. After I finished school, my life became more difficult. I worked in many different jobs. They were not good jobs. I worked in a store. I worked in a call center talking on the phone all day. I worked in a big warehouse. Each job made me feel sad and tired. The work was not interesting. The money was not good. My future looked like a long gray road. It looked boring. I remember one moment very clearly. It was my lowest point. I was 25 years old. I lived in a very small apartment. The water tap in the kitchen was always leaking. Drip, drip, drip. I had a lot of debt. Debt is money you owe to other people. My car was broken. I did not have money to fix it. So I had to take the bus to my job. I did not like my job. The job gave me just enough money to stay stuck. I could not save money. I could not move forward. One night, I came home from work. I was very tired. I sat on my old sofa. I was eating instant noodles. It was my dinner for the third time that week. It was the only food I could buy. My phone made a sound. I looked at my social media. I saw pictures of my old friends from school. One friend got a new, important job at a good company. Another friend was traveling in Europe. She was seeing beautiful mountains and cities. Another friend started his own small business. He looked so happy and proud. And then there was me. I was on my old sofa, in my small apartment, eating cheap noodles, stuck. A big wave of shame came over me. Shame is the feeling you have when you do something wrong. I also felt resentment. Resentment is feeling angry because something is not fair. These feelings were so strong. I almost felt sick. It was not just jealousy. Jealousy is when you want what someone else has. It was a deep, deep feeling of failure. I felt like I had failed at life. In that moment, I saw my future. I saw myself as an old man, bitter and full of regret. Regret is the sad feeling you have about the past. An old man wondering, why did my life go wrong? That picture in my head was so scary. It terrified me. So I started to blame everyone. To blame someone is to say, it is their fault. I blamed my school. I blamed the economy. I blamed my friends for being lucky. I blamed their parents for having more money. I told myself a story. The story was, the world is not fair. The game is broken. This story was like a shield. It protected me. It protected me from the real truth. The truth was very hard to accept. The truth was, my life was my choice. My life was the result of my own actions. I had built my own prison. Every day I made small choices. And all those small choices created my unhappy life. Think about it. Every day I was consuming. To consume means to take in. I was not creating. To create means to make something new. I watched other people's lives on social media. I watched shows on TV. I played video games. I was always taking information in. I was never putting my own ideas or work out into the world. I was reacting to life. I was not acting. Reacting is when you wait for things to happen to you. Acting is when you make things happen. My free time was filled with distractions. Distractions are things that take your attention away from what is important. I watched so many TV shows. 1 week later, I could not remember them. I scrolled on my phone for hours and hours, just watching. I played video games. I was getting points in a virtual world. But my real life was falling apart. These things were not hobbies. A hobby is something you do for fun that helps you grow. These things were anesthetics. An anesthetic is like a medicine that stops you from feeling pain. These distractions numbed my pain. They stopped me from feeling sad about my life. They kept me busy. So I did not have to sit in the quiet. I did not have to think about my situation. I was always busy. But I was never productive. Productive means doing things that move you forward. My life was a circle A loop. Wake up. Go to a job I hate. Come home and distract myself. Sleep. Repeat. This was not living. This was just existing. To exist is just to be alive. But to live is to be full of energy and purpose. The life I wanted was on one side of a big canyon. A canyon is a very big, deep valley. The life I had was on the other side, and the canyon was getting wider every day. I felt like I was at the bottom of a deep, dark hole. This was my rock bottom, and I had no idea how to start climbing out. Section 2. The turning point. The billionaire's idea. The big change in my life did not come like a flash of light. It did not come from one big, exciting moment. It came from a quiet, desperate feeling, a feeling that I needed to change. I was working a temporary job. It was a catering job at a fancy party. Catering means serving food and drinks. The party was for charity. It was in a beautiful, big room. There were many rich and successful people there. These were the people I used to make fun of. I thought they were all born with rich families. My job was very simple. I had to stand in a corner. I held a tray with small appetizers. Appetizers are small food you eat before a big meal. I served the food to the guests. For hours, I just watched these people. They were talking, they were laughing, they were connecting with each other. I felt like a ghost, like nobody could see me. I was invisible. Near the end of the night, things were getting quiet. One of the main speakers from the event came to me. He was a self-made billionaire. Self-made means he started with nothing. He built his big, successful company all by himself. He was not famous like a movie star, but in the world of business, he was a legend. People said he was very smart and very intense. He asked me for a glass of water. I gave him the water. My face must have looked very sad. I must have looked completely defeated. He stopped. He looked me right in my eyes, and he said something I did not expect. He said, "Long night?" I just nodded my head. Yes, I was embarrassed. And then something strange happened. All my sad feelings came out. Maybe I was just so tired. Maybe I felt like I had nothing to lose. I said to him, "I just don't understand. How do people like you do it? How do you get to where you are? What is the secret?" I thought he would laugh at me or maybe just walk away, but he did not. He stood next to me. He looked at me for a quiet moment. He said, "The secret? There is no secret. There is just a resource. A resource is something you have that you can use, like money or skills or time." He continued, "The biggest lie people believe is about resources. People think the most important resource is money, or they think it is knowing important people, or they think it is luck. It is not any of those things." He paused for a moment. He wanted me to really hear his next words. The most important resource. The only one that truly matters. The only one that is given to every single person on earth. In the exact same amount as time. I think my face showed that I was not impressed. Time? That's it? That was the big secret? It sounded like a simple sentence from a cheap poster. He saw my face and he smiled a little. He said, "You are not impressed." I was not impressed either when I first understood it. You think it's obvious. You think you already know this. But you don't understand it. Almost nobody really understands it. Until life forces them to. He continued, and his voice was more serious now. "Everyone," he said. "The poor man on the street. Me, the president of a country. We all get the same 24 hours in a day. That is 1440 minutes every day. That is the great equalizer. An equalizer is something that makes everyone equal or the same. You can lose all your money, he said, and you can earn it back. You can lose your friends, and you can find new friends. But you can never, ever get back 1 minute of time that you wasted. When a minute is gone, it is gone forever. He moved a little closer to me. People who fail or people who are just average, they spend their time. They kill time. They waste it. Successful people invest their time. Every minute of your time is like a small seed. You can plant that seed. You can plant it in the ground of learning a new skill. You can plant it in the ground of focusing on your work. And that seed will grow into a big, beautiful forest of success. Or, he said, you can throw that seed on the hard concrete. The concrete of distraction and entertainment. And the seed will just disappear. It will be gone. He looked at my uniform. He said, your problem is not that you don't have money. Your problem is not that you don't have opportunity. Your problem is that you do not respect your 1440 minutes. You see your minutes as something to get through. You should see your minutes as a box of treasure to invest. Your future is not decided by one big lucky moment. Your future is being built right now. It is built in the small choices you make every minute. He told me his story. He was not born rich. He came from a poor family. His first businesses all failed. But then he made a decision. He decided to become the master of his 1440 minutes. He stopped watching TV. He stopped spending time with friends who were not going anywhere in life. He took all that wasted time and he invested it. He read books about business. He taught himself how to sell products. He woke up very early in the morning to plan his day. He stayed up late at night to learn about his industry. He treated his time like it was holy, like it was sacred. Success is not one big event, he said at the end. He put his empty water glass on my tray. Success is a habit. It is like compound interest from investing your time. Compound interest is when your investment grows and then the growth also grows. It is small progress that becomes big progress over time. You get it from investing your time wisely, day after day after day. Stop looking for a secret. The secret is to do the hard, boring work. The work of investing your time. While everyone else is busy spending their time. Start now. And then he walked away. He was gone. That conversation was like a lightning bolt in my brain. It was like I was seeing the world in black and white my whole life. And he just flipped a switch. Suddenly, everything was in full, beautiful color. Time. It was not just a clock on the wall. It was the material of my life. It was the clay I could use to build anything I wanted. And I had been treating it like garbage. I went home that night. For the first time in many years, I did not turn on the TV. I did not pick up my phone. I just sat on my old sofa in the quiet. And I thought about my 1440 minutes, my treasure box of 1440 golden coins. And I made a promise to myself, a very important promise. Starting tomorrow, I will not be a time spender anymore. Starting tomorrow, I will become a time investor. Section 3. The solution, how to use your time. That billionaire's idea became my new way of life. But an idea is not enough. An idea without a plan is just a dream. It was not enough to know that time was precious. I had to learn how to invest it. So I became a student of time. I read many, many books. I studied the daily habits of successful people. And slowly I put together a system, a simple plan. This plan has 3 main parts, 3 pillars. A pillar is a strong column that holds up a building. These 3 pillars will hold up your new life. This is the guide I wish someone gave me 10 years ago. Part A, the new mindset. Discipline is your best friend. The first thing I had to change was my mind. I had to change how I thought about motivation. Motivation is the feeling of wanting to do something. Before, I always waited for motivation. I would say, I will go for a run when I feel motivated. Or, I will start my new project when I am in the good mood. But motivation is a feeling. And feelings change, like the weather. Some days are sunny, some days are cloudy. You cannot plan your life based on feelings. Successful people do not run on motivation. They run on discipline. Discipline is your promise to yourself. Discipline is doing what you said you would do, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is the engine of a car. It makes the car go. Motivation is like a turbo boost. It gives you a little extra speed sometimes, but you cannot drive a car with only a turbo boost. You need the engine. Discipline is showing up, even when you are tired, even when you are bored. Discipline is doing the small, boring things again and again, because you know they will lead to big results in the long term. The billionaire was right. Success is built on a mountain of boring work. I started to think of discipline like a muscle in my body. Imagine you go to the gym for the first time. You cannot lift the heaviest weights. Your muscles are not strong enough. But you go to the gym every week. You lift small weights. Slowly, your muscles get stronger. Soon you can lift heavier weights. Discipline is exactly the same. The first few weeks were very, very hard for me. My brain was used to easy, happy feelings from TV and games. My brain was screaming at me. It wanted the old, easy way. Waking up early in the morning felt physically painful. My bed was so warm and comfortable. Trying to read a book for 1 hour felt like torture. My mind wanted to check my phone. My mind wanted to do something easy. I wanted to quit 1,000 times. But I did not quit. I decided to treat every small action as 1 repetition or rep at the gym. Waking up at 5 a.m. when the alarm rang, that was 1 rep for my discipline muscle. Reading 20 pages of a difficult book, that was another rep. Working on a new skill for 1 hour without checking my phone, wow, that was a heavy rep. A very good one. And slowly my discipline muscle grew stronger. It got easier. The things that felt so hard before they started to feel normal, they just became part of my day. They became who I was. The secret is to stop negotiating with yourself. Negotiating is when you argue or debate. You do not debate with yourself about brushing your teeth. You just do it. It is a habit. You need to make your important habits the same. Your time investing habits must be non-negotiable. You just do them. A wise writer named Jim Rohn said something very powerful. He said, "We must all suffer one of 2 things, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret." The pain of discipline feels hard at the moment. It is the effort of waking up early. It is the effort of studying when you are tired. But this pain is small, and it is temporary. It goes away. The pain of regret is the sadness you feel at the end of your life, the sadness of knowing you did not try, the sadness of a wasted life. That pain lasts forever. I chose the pain of discipline, and I promise you, it is a much, much smaller pain. It is not really pain. It is effort, and it leads to a life of joy and pride. Part B, the practical plan, small habits and new skills. A new way of thinking is wonderful, but it is useless without a practical plan. You need a way to use your discipline in the real world. This second pillar is about turning your discipline into real progress. The secret is not to make big, heroic changes in one day. The secret is an idea called atomic habits. The word atomic means very, very, very small, like an atom. Atomic habits are tiny daily actions. These tiny actions add up over time. They compound, and they create huge results. Success is not about one amazing 10-hour day of hard work. That is not sustainable. You will get tired and quit. Success is about 100 one-hour days of focused, consistent work. Consistent means you do it regularly. Think about this amazing math. If you get just one better at something every day, just a tiny, tiny bit better, by the end of 1 year, you will be 37 times better. Not 365 better, 37 times better. That is the magic of compounding. Small, regular investments grow into a huge fortune. So I started very small. Instead of saying, I'm going to become an expert in marketing, that goal is too big. It is scary. I made a very small commitment. My commitment was, I will read 10 pages of a marketing book every day. That's it, just 10 pages. It was so small and so easy. It was almost impossible not to do it. Even on a tired day, I could read 10 pages. But think about it. 10 pages every day is 70 pages a week. That is about 3,650 pages in a year. That is like reading 12 to 15 big books. After 1 year of this tiny habit, I knew so much about marketing. I knew more than most of my friends, all from a small 15-minute habit. I did this with everything in my life. I broke down my big goals into tiny atomic habits. My big goal was get in shape. My atomic habit was do 10 push-ups and walk for 15 minutes every day. My big goal was learn how to code computers. My atomic habit was spend 30 minutes on a free coding website every day. My big goal was build my own business. My atomic habit was spend 1 hour every day researching business ideas and write down what I learn. These small daily investments of time started to add up. They started to stack on top of each other. This brings me to the next idea, skill stacking. You do not need to be the number one best in the world at one skill. That is very difficult. It is much easier and more valuable to be very good at 2 or 3 useful skills. Very good can mean in the top 25 of people. That is achievable. For example, being an amazing, brilliant writer is great. But if you cannot sell your writing, nobody will read it. It is more powerful to be a good writer who also understands marketing. Good writer, good marketer. You stack the skills together. The 2 skills together are much more powerful than one skill alone. I focused on learning high-value skills. High-value skills are skills that are useful in many jobs and industries. Smart people say these skills are very important today. Thinking skills. This means learning to solve difficult problems. It means learning to see connections that other people miss. It is about thinking clearly and making good decisions. Digital and AI skills. This means knowing how to use technology, especially new technology like artificial intelligence, AI. You can use AI as a tool to make you faster and better at your job. Communication skills. This means learning to write well. learning to speak clearly and with confidence, learning how to persuade people in a kind way, learning how to lead people. Leadership is not about a job title. Leadership is about your influence. Influence is your ability to have a positive effect on people. And here's the best part. You can learn all of these skills for free. The internet is the biggest university in the world. It is open 24 hours a day. YouTube, blogs, free online courses, digital libraries. All the information is there. The only price you have to pay is your time, your 14 or 40 minutes. My commute on the bus became my classroom. I listened to educational podcasts and audiobooks. My evenings were no longer for watching TV. My evenings became my training time. My entertainment became my education. And I loved it. I was finally building something. I was building my future self. And speaking of learning and building, if this plan is making sense to you, if you are feeling a little spark of hope and you want to keep learning how to build a better life, could you do me a small favor? Please hit the subscribe button or follow our podcast. I am building a community of friends here, a community of people who want to become the best version of themselves. I would love for you to be a part of our community. It is a very small click for you, but it is a huge sign of support for me and this channel. It tells me that you find this useful. Thank you so much. Now, let's get to the final, very important pillar. Part C, the environment, your friends shape your future. This was a hard lesson for me to learn. The people you spend your time with are very important. They set the standard for what is normal. There is a famous saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Let me say that again. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about your 5 closest friends or family members. What do they talk about? What are their goals? How do they spend their free time? Their habits will slowly become your habits. When I was at my lowest point, my friends were also feeling lost. They were drifting. Drifting is like a boat on the ocean with no engine and no sail. The ocean just takes it wherever it wants. My friends and I were drifting through life. We did not talk about goals. We did not talk about learning new things. We did not talk about business. We talked about parties. We talked about video games. And we complained a lot. We complained about our bosses. We complained about our jobs. Our conversations were a circle of negative energy. Being with my old friends was comfortable. It was easy. But comfort is the enemy of growth. If you always stay comfortable, you never grow stronger. The billionaire was right. Your environment is more powerful than your willpower. Your environment is the world around you. Your home, your friends, the information you consume. You can have all the discipline in the world. But if you are in a room full of people eating junk food, sooner or later, you are going to eat a piece of pizza too. It is just human nature. But imagine this. If you are in a room full of people and they are all talking about new ideas, they are talking about opportunities to grow, they are sharing what they are learning, you will naturally start to think that way too. You will want to join the conversation. So I had to make a very hard choice. I did not have a big fight with my friends. I did not dramatically say, I can't be your friend anymore. That is not kind. I just started to create a little distance. I did it politely and quietly. When they asked me to go out, I would say, oh, thank you for inviting me, but I am busy tonight. And I was busy. I was busy investing my time in my future. I was busy reading my books. I was busy learning my new skills. I politely said no to nights of drinking. I put the group chats on my phone on mute. Mute is when you don't get notifications. The chats were full of memes and complaints. It was not helping me grow. As I created this new space in my life, I started to look for new circles, new groups of people. I went to free business events in my city. I joined online forums for people who wanted to start a business. A forum is a website where people can discuss topics. I started following positive and smart people on social media. I surrounded myself with people who were already where I wanted to be. I did this in real life and online. These people saw time as an investment, just like me. Their energy was contagious. Contagious means it spreads easily, like a cold. But this was a good kind of contagious. Their positive energy spread to me. Their conversations were about growth and strategy, not about blaming the world. Your group of friends is like a current in a river. A current is the movement of the water. It can be a headwind. A headwind pushes against you and holds you back. Or it can be a tailwind. A tailwind pushes you from behind and helps you move forward. Choosing your friends is one of the most important decisions you will ever make. It is a huge investment of your time. You cannot live a first-class life if you surround yourself with people who have a third-class mindset. A first-class life is a life of growth, joy, and success. A third-class mindset is a mindset of complaining, blaming, and staying stuck. These 3 pillars. Discipline is your best friend. Small habits and new skills. Your friends shape your future. These 3 pillars became my new operating system for life. It was not easy, but it was simple. And it worked. It really, really worked. Section 4. The action, your 24-hour plan. Knowing all this is good, but knowing is not doing. Knowledge is useless if you do not act on it. So right now, I want to give you a simple 5-step plan. This is a blueprint you can start using tonight. This is not just a theory. This is your game plan. Your plan to take back your 24 hours. Your plan to become a time investor. Step 1. Be a time detective. You cannot manage what you do not measure. You cannot fix a leak in your house if you don't know where it is. So, for the next 1 or 2 days, I want you to be a detective in your own life. Get a small notebook and a pen, or use the Notes app on your phone. Write down what you do all day. Be very honest, but also be kind to yourself. This is not about making you feel bad. This is about seeing the truth with clear eyes. If you spent 45 minutes scrolling on Instagram, write it down. 45 minutes, Instagram. If you spent 2 hours watching a TV show you have seen before, write it down. 2 hours, rewatching Friends. Write down everything. Your work, your meals, your chores, your distractions. Account for all of your 14 or 40 minutes. At the end of the day, take a highlighter pen, a bright colored pen, read your list, and highlight every activity that was just a distraction. Mindless scrolling, binge watching TV, complaining to a friend, anything that was not a good investment in your future self. This is your wasted time. When most people do this, the number is very high. It is often 3, 4, or even 5 hours a day. That is a lot of time. But do not feel shame. Feel excitement. This highlighted time is a treasure chest. It is a box full of gold coins. You have found a huge amount of capital. Capital is a resource you can invest. You are about to reinvest this time into your dreams. Step 2, dream about your future self. You cannot invest your time well if you don't know what you are investing for. You need a clear destination. Imagine you are the captain of a ship. You cannot just start sailing. You need a map. You need to know where you are going. So tonight, I want you to do a beautiful exercise. Sit down for 30 minutes. Find a quiet place. No phone, no computer, no TV. Just you, a pen, and some paper. I want you to write a letter. This is a magic letter. It is a letter from your future self, the version of you that is living 5 years from now. Write the letter to your present self. Describe your life in 5 years. Write with a lot of detail. Imagine it is already real. How is your health? Are you strong and full of energy? What new skills do you have? What kind of work are you doing? Do you have a business? A new career? How do you feel when you wake up in the morning? Happy? Excited? Write it all in the present tense. I will be. For example, dear me, it is the year 2030. I am so proud of us. I am healthy and strong. I love to go for long walks in nature. I am a confident English speaker. I run my own successful online business that helps people. I feel so much joy and freedom every single day. This is not a silly manifestation trick. This is a real practical tool. It helps your brain get very clear on your goals. This letter is now your North Star. The North Star is the bright star that sailors use to find their way. From now on, every time you make a choice about your time, you will ask one simple question. Does this action move me closer to my future self or further away? This one question makes every choice simple. Does scrolling on social media for an hour move you closer to that future self? No. Does reading a book for an hour move you closer? Yes. Step 3. Win your morning and end your day well. How you start your day and how you end your day are very important. They are like the two bookends that hold up all your books. They shape everything in between. Most people start their day in defense mode. They wake up. The first thing they do is grab their phone. They are immediately hit with the world's agenda, emails from their boss, bad news from around the world, notifications from social media. Their brain is full of other people's priorities before they even get out of bed. This is a losing game. You need to win your first hour. I call it the winning hour. For the first 60 minutes after you wake up, you have a new rule: no phone. Do not check your phone. This hour is for you. It is your sacred time to invest in yourself. A simple plan for the winning hour is the 20-20-20 formula. 20 minutes of movement. This can be a quick walk outside, or simple stretching in your room, or jumping jacks. Just get your body moving and your blood flowing. 20 minutes of reflection and planning. Look at your future self letter. Read it out loud. Then take your notebook and write down your top 3 most important tasks for the day. This puts you in the driver's seat of your life. 20 minutes of learning. Read a nonfiction book, not a storybook. A book that teaches you something, or listen to an educational podcast. Feed your mind with good ideas. Your winning hour sets a positive tone for the whole day. Just as important is your shutdown ritual at night. A ritual is a series of actions you do regularly. At the end of your workday, you need to officially end it. For the last 30 to 60 minutes before you go to sleep, turn off all screens. No phone, no TV, no computer. Let your mind calm down. This is a good time to plan your next day. Look at your calendar. Lay out your clothes for tomorrow. If you go to the gym, pack your gym bag. This makes the next morning easy. You don't have to think. You can just do. As Jim Rohn said, don't start your day until you have it finished on paper. Step 4. Make an appointment with your future self. If it is not on your calendar, it is not real. Vague goals are useless. A vague goal is, I want to learn more this week. That will not happen. You need to be specific. Open your calendar, Google Calendar, a paper calendar, anything, and block out time for your growth. Make non-negotiable appointments with yourself. Schedule at least one block of 60 to 90 minutes for deep work every day. Deep work is when you focus on your most important task with zero distractions. This means your phone is off, or even better, in another room. All other tabs on your computer are closed. You are completely focused on one thing. 1 hour of true deep work is more valuable than 3 hours of distracted, fragmented work. Do the same thing for your learning. Block out 30 to 60 minutes every day for skill acquisition. This is your time to read your book or do your online course or practice your new skill. Protect this time. Treat this time like it is a meeting with the most important person in the world, because it is. It is a meeting with your future self. Billionaires like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates still schedule time in their day just to read and think. If they need it, we need it too. Step 5. Love the quiet practice and trust the journey. This last step is a mental one. Your brain will fight you, especially in the beginning. Your brain is used to easy dopamine. It will crave the distraction of your phone. There will be days when reading your book feels boring. There will be days when practicing your new skill feels hard and tedious. You have to learn to love the quiet moments of practice. Growth does not always happen in big, exciting moments. Real growth happens in the quiet, consistent daily practice, the boring practice. It is the 10th repetition at the gym that is a real struggle. It is the 500th word you have to force yourself to write. These are the moments that separate the amateurs from the professionals. And you must trust the process. You must trust in compounding. You will not see big results in 1 week. You might not even see big results in 1 month. It is like planting a bamboo tree. The story of the Chinese bamboo tree is beautiful. When you plant the seed, you have to water it every single day. For the first year, you see nothing, no growth. For the second year, you water it every day, and you see nothing. Third year, nothing. Fourth year, nothing. It can feel useless. You want to give up, but you keep watering it. You trust the process. Under the ground, the bamboo is building a huge, strong root system. And then, in the 5th year, something magical happens. The bamboo tree shoots up out of the ground, and it can grow 90 feet, about 27 meters tall, in just 6 weeks. Your daily time investments are you, building your root system. You are building the foundation for your future success. Be patient. Do not keep digging up the seed to see if it is growing. Trust that your consistent daily actions are building something incredible. Success is not a lottery ticket. It is a long-term investment. This is your blueprint. This is your plan. Start with step 1 tonight. Do your time detective work. Do not wait for Monday. Do not wait for the new year. Your new life begins with how you choose to invest your next 1440 minutes. We have talked about so much today, but the main message is very simple. The one thing that changed my life and the one thing that can change your life is to develop a deep, profound respect for your time. We started with my story. The story of feeling stuck, lost, and full of regret. A story that I know some of you might be living right now. Then we talked about the turning point. The simple, powerful idea from the wise man. The idea that you have a gift of 40 minutes every single day. We broke that idea down into a simple system you can use. The 3 pillars. Choose discipline over motivation. Build tiny habits to learn valuable skills. Choose your friends and environment carefully. And finally, I gave you a concrete 5-step action plan to start tonight. A plan to become a true time investor. Your life right now, today, is the result of how you have spent your time in the past. Your future life will be the result of how you choose to invest your time, starting now. You do not need anyone's permission to be successful. You do not need more money to start. You do not need more luck. You have the most important currency in the world, a fresh deposit of 24 hours, 40 minutes, waiting for you tomorrow morning. Stop spending it. Start investing it. Stop killing time. Start making time work for you. The only thing standing between the person you are today and the person you want to be is what you do with those hours. Your future self, the one you wrote about in your letter, is waiting for you. They are begging you to make the right choice. Don't let them down. Learning English is a journey. It takes time. It takes small daily practice. Building a new life is also a journey. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. You can do this. I believe in you. Thank you for investing your most valuable asset, your time, with me today. I am so grateful for you. If this message helped you, please like this episode or leave a kind comment. And subscribe so you do not miss our next conversation. In our next episode, we will talk more about skill stacking. We will explore the top 3 skills you can start learning this week to make your career stronger. You will not want to miss it. Now it is time for action. Close this podcast. Go find a notebook. Start your time detective work. Your new life is waiting. See you next time, my friend. Goodbye for now.